everybody, welcome to my booth. I'm Jay, and today's sample is from Flute, like the instrument. Yes, indeed. They're kind of new to VoiceOver, so we're going to give them performance notes as requested and sprinkle in a little bit of technical stuff as we go. Before we dive in, though, if you would like me to review audio of yours and provide feedback similar or just like this, there's a form in the description. Fill it out, send me something, and we'll do one of these for you. There's also coaching on my website, and I'm thinking about throwing together like some group classes instead of just individual coaching, or in addition to individual coaching sessions, like technical stuff, audio engineering basics, or audiobook narration tips, stuff like that. If that's of interest, let me know down below and I'll start thinking more about it if there's enough steam in the Steam place. Anyway, let's give one quick note. Flute. Your audio coming into this was a bit hot, so I've turned it. By hot, I mean it was just pretty darn loud for both me personally and I think in general. So I'm going to turn it down a fair amount just for the sake of my own listening. But when you export stuff, you can normalize or compress or limit whatever you're doing to turn the volume up. You can do that a little bit more gently, I think. And I would say before we dive in, a lot of things that I'll touch on in this video in terms of the technical stuff, I would go watch on this channel the how to make your own demo video. Go into a lot of different details there on that I think will just be helpful for you. Anyway, let's listen to this first bit.
Good morning to those who believe these are more than just two words. It's the beginning of a brand new day. Let's make it a great one.
Okay, so that first sample, I think you got a really nice tone to everything that's going on. Let's listen to it one more time.
Good morning to those who believe these are more than just two words. It's the beginning of a brand new day. Let's make it a great one.
Okay, so the thing here that I'm going to break it into two sections: performance and engineering technical stuff. Performance-wise, you're doing a good job of not like needing to like project. Good morning to those who believe is. You're not doing that kind of thing, which is great. It's very at a conversational, personable level. The thing that I think will really, really help you, and that is kind of there, but somewhat not, it kind of comes in and out, is I feel that there is a disconnect between the way you're saying things and the actual content of the speech. And the big red flag for me is this first phrase.
Good morning to those who believe these are more than just two words.
Because the sense of that to me, and this could just be a difference between your brain and mine, but to me it is good morning to those who believe are more than just two words. And what I'm missing in yours is it took me a couple listens, to be frank, to understand what the two words were and what we're supposed to be believing about them. Good morning to those who believe are more than just two words. By phrasing it that way, it's hard for me to parse out the sense of things, which leads me to believe in my own ear that maybe you're not latching in as well as you could be into what you're actually saying, the content of this text. Good morning to those who believe are more than just two words.
It's the beginning of a brand
new day. Let's make it a great one. So it all starts with good morning to those who believe are more than just, we're infusing all of the things that are to follow into good morning. So in this sense, you really got to help us understand that this whole thing is about the power of good morning. And really say it to us. Really say good morning to those who believe is more than just two words. It's the beginning of a brand new day. Let's make it a great. You can do whatever you want with it, but yeah, really spend the time to latch into the content of the text.
At the southern tip of the Australian continent lies a remote island, an immense wilderness divided by mountains.
So that is an instance where it's like, I see everything that's going on, and you got a good voice for documentary narration, it seems. So in this one, the reason why I think it's successful, particularly in context with Good Morning to Those Who Believe here, is you're giving us time to see each image. So this bit
Lies a remote island.
lies a remote island. Already I'm like, oh, remote island. I see you seeing the thing. The images are clear for me as I listen to it. On the southern coast of Australia. And this is the thing that's great about documentary narration is you're literally often describing the things that are on the screen. So it's easier than having to conjure entire worlds from your imagination and speak them fully. But in either case, it's really important to dial in your mind the images that you're conjuring here. So in this one, on the southern coast of Australia, I've got a bird's eye view. I see I'm zooming in from the International Space Station, coming into the southern hemisphere, into the southern coast. There's a remote island even further where there's mountains and stuff. So we're getting closer and closer, and it's a really evocative image. And the way you're performing it is really helpful in that. So this thing is essentially what I'm asking you to do because it's very literal. It's somewhat easier than an abstract, what the heck does good morning mean to people? But this sort of allowing the listener to come along, having a really clear idea of the images is really, really helpful for us. So good job on that one, and dial it in. Technically speaking, on both this one, both of these first two spots, I feel like your compression is really heavy, to be perfectly honest. So if you are compressing or limiting, you can pull it back a fair amount. Again, I have videos on compression as well as how to make your own demo, which will talk to like what you've got going on here in a lot of ways. I would watch those because they explain it in much more depth than I will be able to here. If you got questions, let me know. Let's go.
At the heart of our success is our team, a group of dedicated professionals blending expertise with technology to redefine what's possible.
Okay. So this one is a mouthful, am I right? And I think you did an okay job with it. The thing here that's important to realize when you move into like corporate type stuff, which this is, at the heart of our expertise is our team. It's helpful, again, to take your time, let us see the images. And in this one, similar to the first one, it's helpful to have an image of the person you're talking to, which is a refrain I repeat often. But in this one, you're talking to someone who's asking, hey, what's your business all about? Well, at the heart of our business is our team. Allow me to introduce you to them. And so in this section, you can slow down, take your time, feel free to breathe in the middle of it if you need, and let us follow along with the images, because right now it feels somewhat like you're rushing a bit, pressing your breath out to get to the end of the phrase. You don't need to. So feel free to take your time. I'm going to listen to it and then try to do a demo.
A group of dedicated professionals blending expertise with technology to redefine what's possible.
So there's kind of like three little beats. A group of dedicated professionals blending technology with this other thing to prove what's possible. And just by sort of taking my time there, I allow the three sort of images to rest and it becomes much more clear. There's this group of professionals. They do this thing where they're blending these two deals, and then that allows them to prove what's possible so that you can break it up like that. There's a group of professionals. They blend these two things and prove what's possible. So that'll be helpful for you specifically with this type of thing. Not even specifically corporate stuff, though that happens a lot. In anything where there's a list or anything that's a long, wordy phrase, feel free to break it up. Take breaths. Nobody's gonna be like, why are you breathing so much? You're a person.
Choose from a range of dishes from local restaurants and enjoy them at your convenience. Fresh Bite. Your hunger, our demand. Good morning.
So in this sample, I feel like this was probably an earlier one for you because your processing sounds really aggressive relative to the others. So much so that I would encourage you to just strip it all the way back to square one and add things incrementally, because it sounds like you've got a lot of gating going on, a fair amount of compression, and you don't have that much going on.
At the heart of our success.
Yeah, so like in this one,
At the heart of our success is
I would go for more this level of processing versus this one.
choose from a range of dishes from local restaurants.
Because this level of processing would be like, it's just way too aggressive, to be perfectly honest. Now, that said, that's enough about the technical stuff on this last one, because clearly based off of this one, you've got a decent handle on what you could and should be doing. So this one, I think, was just an earlier sample for you, but I wanted to flag that. In terms of performance, I think that my note from this section here still stands. Feel free to slow down, mate. Slow down a bit. Take your time. Let the images land. Let's break it down a little bit.
Choose from a range of dishes from local restaurants and enjoy them at your convenience.
Choose from a range of dishes at your local restaurants and
enjoy them at your convenience.
choose from a range of dishes at your local restaurants and enjoy them at your convenience. Yeah, you're splitting them well into the two discrete images that they need to be, or should be in at least my mind. But again, same thing with what I was talking about with this first bit. It feels as though you're a little bit disconnected from the images in your mind. So you're kind of just like saying the words instead of really having a clear idea of why you're saying them. So to be more specific about it, dialing in, what dishes are you talking about? What range of dishes? As you say, choose from a range of dishes. What images do you picture? Do you see like a, Mexican dish, an Indian dish, a Thai dish, you can sushi, Korean, etc. Choose from a range of dishes. See all those in your mind's eye and then enjoy them at your convenience. So as I'm just saying those images, I'm not just stating those words. I have images in my mind, which helps to both nestle them in my own reality a bit more, but it also helps me to convey them more clearly to my listener. So that, I think, would be my big note overall, is take the time to ground the images and let them land, and don't feel like you need to rush through. And the things that really help me there are to figure out who I'm talking to specifically and why the things I'm talking about matter. Good morning. Saying that to a person, what does that feel like? Choose from a range of dishes. What kind of person wants to choose and try a bunch of food? And then, the other examples as well. Anyway, Flute, great work. Really solid start for somebody who is new to VoiceOver. And I look forward to hearing more from you and where this goes. For the rest of you, I hope this was helpful as well. And until the next one of these, be well, everybody, and I'll see you there. Toodles.